Bye. Mic check. Okay, it seems to be working. All right. Well, I haven't been streaming for the past couple days, so why don't we start a little bit? Or I'm just cracking my because I'm a little nervous. All right, let's do it. And bam! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Corner. Welcome to the new Comic Corner. Even though we did a little bit of a Christmas special or not too long ago, or whatever, where we kind of revealed most of the set, but now it's pretty much done. So yeah, this is the corner over there, right there, that spot. Been a while. Oh God, I bumped the microphone. I bumped the microphone, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, we now have pretty much everything that I ever wanted to be a part of the setup, except for the one thing, which I guess we'll reveal in a little bit. But yeah, it's been a while. I miss you guys. It's cool to be here. Hopefully everybody had a good time during the holiday season and stuff like that, and everybody's enjoying their new year so far. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely enjoying mine. Yeah, I took off many many days did I miss stream? Let's see. So I definitely missed that. Okay, so I missed two. So I missed 2 weeks of streaming just because like different holiday plans or different things were coming up, and I was going back to work and things like that. I got my job, I went back to work. That's something pretty cool. I'm gonna move this. I don't know what I just did. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna move this from monitor over to this one. There we go. That's better. And I'll just turn the volume up in case we get any alerts or anything like that. If anybody follows or whatever they want to do, because you're allowed to do that. If you like, if you enjoy what we're doing here today. But the new setup is so cool. It allows for so many like different things. So like, got like the starting soon thingy. Then we got the be right back one. In case I ever have to get up and pee or grab food or whatever. And then we've got this full camera set, and then when we turn that off, we've got this, and this is kind of the thing that we're revealing and we're trying out today, and this is pretty much how it's going to be for a while until I can afford to buy another webcam and just be able to like figure out the space that I have right now for doing Comic Corner, because I don't want to get rid of the microphone. I don't want to get rid of the microphone. I think it's cool to have that instead of having the headset. It just bugged me after enough time or whatever. As cool as it was hanging out with you guys and doing everything the way we used to, this definitely feels more like natural and easier to do and stuff like that. So we're gonna definitely not let go of the microphone anytime soon. This is the same microphone that I used to record lines for Stupendous Spider-Man. So it just felt natural, and it felt like the right thing to do to move from the set in the basement of my house up to this one, which is my room. Which is why it's not exactly clean back there, but like it's not that bad. Like whatever. Like if you look back on the that's my bed, like my bedside table or whatever. There's like a can of Pringles or whatever, or like a soda can or whatever, whatever. But yeah, we have a pretty cool stream today. We're starting that thing that I talked about forever ago doing when we made the move to digital. We're starting our run through of all of the initial Amazing Spider-Man issues. So like, I'm not covering the origin issue or Amazing Fantasy 15, which we already did because we did it in that 2-for-1 book where you got the Amazing Fantasy number 15 origin story for Spider-Man, and then you got the Doctor Strange origin story in that book that we covered on the old set before. So we're not redoing that one in digital just because we've already been over that book. I felt there was no need to do that just because we moved from physical to digital. just because we moved from physical to digital copies of comic books. But we're continuing that run. So kind of like how I always said, if we ever wanted to, we'd just start from like issue 1 and work our way onward as far as we wanted to. So today what we're doing is we're reading Amazing Spider-Man #1, which is, like issue 2 of Spider-Man comics ever, if you want to get really technical about it. But that's what we're doing. We're going through 2 issues of Amazing. My God, I can't talk. We're going through 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, like the very early ones. So like, I don't know, the Amazing Spider-Man ones. I just know some people get it confused, and it was a little confusing finding it on this website that I use to read books that I don't have physical copies of, or like just newer comic books that I don't have any real place to buy yet. It was a little bit difficult for a couple of reasons to find this exact run on the Spider-Man comics, because there's this Amazing Spider-Man run on the comics, and then there's the one from 2015 onward or whatever, and then there was one like in 2003, if I remember right. There was something like that in 2003 that was also called The Amazing Spider-Man. So it was just a little hard to track it down and find the exact issues and the exact run in the series that we'd be covering, or whatever, that I'd want to cover with you guys. So, and if you guys like it, then we'll continue the next stream 3 and 4, and we'll keep going onward and onward, unless you guys want to add a little bit of variety to it. So we do like one Spider-Man comic and then one just random comic or whatever. And you guys are still more than welcome to leave suggestions or anything in either the comments or in the chat or whatever. If you have like any topics or any characters or any particular stories that you want to be covered on Comic Corner, I will do that. There's no reason I can't do that. Especially for you guys. I'd do anything for my best bro. I love that video. I recently saw that video, and then I pretty much spent like 3 days just watching every one of those videos with that guy and that girl in it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a pretty cool video. You should go look it up. It's not a cool video. It's funny. It's a funny video. Hope you guys don't mind my fucking hair. I didn't shower today, but I didn't feel like I needed to because my hair looks bomb as fuck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Ah, wow. That was me cracking open a root beer. Mmm. First stream of the new year, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. But yeah, we're reading through the first 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. I say that, and then my brain is like, no, explain why it's not the first 2 issues. We're reading through the first 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. That's not including Amazing Fantasy 15. And then we're also doing, wonder if I can show it. Seemed to be working a little bit ago when I was doing a mic test and everything. Let's try that out. Bam! Yeah. So earlier today, I was working on some cells for Stupendous Spider-Man, some frames. And then I like to take breaks in between doing, in between animating, like, every couple scenes or whatever, just to give my brain like a little bit of a break, because I don't want to ever get tired of doing Spider-Man, because I love working on Spider-Man. But I give myself a break, and what I do with my breaks, like during work hours, whatever, is I will do like character sketches or like character things. And I save it in my concept art folder and stuff like that. That ties into Spider-Man. So I have a couple like X-Men characters and stuff like that. And I have most of the Avengers done in the Stupendous Spider-Man style or whatever. But yeah, today I was doing Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel, and then I stopped myself when I got to coloring in the red, as you can see here on Captain Marvel's belt, and I was like, I could do that on stream and finally show off my sick ass drawing program for you guys. So that's what I figured I'd do after we were done reading or whatever, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty fun stream. I don't know how late we're gonna go because that's not a lot of things to do, and I don't even know if we'll be adding on Halo or Minecraft or whatever. For those of you who weren't here for the like Christmas stream or whatever that I did, not a lot of people were, and I didn't expect anybody to be. It was not announced and did not go on for very long. I think it was only on there for 30 minutes, and I didn't upload it to YouTube because it wasn't long. Like it was just the 30 minutes, and I didn't want to just upload that to YouTube and it, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't even know if we'll do gaming tonight. We might. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, for those of you who weren't there, we did Halo. Uh, just show off that I had Halo 2 or whatever on my PC. Um, I've had the ET like music in my head lately. I don't know why. I don't know why. But so we've got root beer with us tonight. We've got kettle cooked chips. Are they kettle? We always prefer them as kettle cooked just because like that's the texture, the amount of crunch in them or whatever. I'm trying to find out though if they actually are like legit kettle cooked. Still kettle cooked. Okay, cool. Yeah. So they're kettle cooked. They're just regular kettle cooked potato chips. Because I'm a basic bitch and I don't like dill pickle or whatever the fuck, or salt and vinegar. Fuck off. I hate it. But yeah, we've got that, and then I thought box. Probably couldn't hear me talking. Look at this big ass box though. Fingers. This is nuts. It's well, I'm not. We're not really busting. Basically, like like Twix bars, but without the caramel in them. Cadbury. Just yeah, we got open a pack. We'll package of those. They look like mini cigarette. I guess that would just be a cigarette, wouldn't it? Hollow. All right. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I actually want to open these right now because I tried opening them the other night and it turned out it was okay. Maybe it was just because I was very high the other night. Maybe it's just difficult to open that very simple thing because I was very high. That might be the reason. Um, I have a question, just real quick. Does anybody actually do things for uh like New Year's? Everybody seems to make this big deal out of New Year's or whatever, like plans for New Year's or whatever. I know it's like the same thing with Christmas, but New Year's is the one that always kind of confused me. So like I understand the partying thing, but like really? Like is that it? I know a lot of people probably have like other things to do on New Year's. But that's what I want to know. What are your other things to do on New Year's? Because a lot of people are just like chilling at home. Like a lot of people just take it as a day to just chill at home and like binge Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And they spend the day into the night until the ball drop happens, just watching stuff and doing that. So I guess is New Year's just the day where you chill? Like I don't know. Because I don't go to parties on New Year's really. I only did like twice. And super fun. It was super fun. I'd do it again if I was ever able to. It's just when I'm asked what days I'd like to book off in the winter season, I always end up booking off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and being okay with the idea of working New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Because like I don't mind that. I never really have plans or whatever. So maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't really do anything on New Year's. But I'm wondering for those people who don't go to parties, what's the big thing about New Year's? Is it just the fact that it's New Year's, or what do you do? I guess. What do you do on New Year's? What do you do on New Year's? I'm wearing the sick shirt from Skyward Sword. Sucks. Skyward Sword sucked ass, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't. But it's a dope fucking shirt. It was even cooler, and then the dryer ruined it. By it's got that weird like I don't know how else to explain it. Like that paint that they put on t-shirts or whatever, the one that gets like shrunk when it's heated. Like I know shirts like have their graphic designs done with like shirt paint and stuff like that or whatever the fuck. But this one's fucked. Like it's made out of the stuff that shrinks when it's heated, and it just curls upward and it ruins the shirt. But it's cool. It's still comfy. Oh god damn. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. I just realized. So I was feeling like kinda this was a day where I was feeling kinda like uncomfy with my arm size, which you know what? Like that's my arm. Like whatever. If you think it's skinny, it's whatever. You're allowed to have your fucking opinion. Whatever. Um but today was a day where I was just like kind of uncomfy with my, the size of my arms, and I was supposed to wear a big long sleeve thing, but I guess I was comfortable enough to just start streaming and not have that on. So good for me. Pat on the back. Ow. Okay. All right. Let's start reading comics. Let's dive into it. Let's bite right into this burger. So here we go. In this format for Comic Corner, we'll also be able to probably read more comics in general, I think, because there's less time being taken up by having to slide up pages and flip them and stuff like that. Instead, it's just this is the page, and then when it wants to work, oh my god, wow. And then when it wants to work, and then I just hit an arrow key. There we go. We flipped page. We're probably gonna get ads popped up because this site is riddled with them. I do hope you guys can read that. I really do hope you guys can read that. I want to just double check just to make sure, even when this goes on YouTube, like y'all can read that still. Check on. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? We go on Twitch and that shit out. Pull out the good old telephone. Do 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 do. Bitch. This is probably a horrible way to check, but like, turn off audio. Do 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 do. Full screened. Okay. You can more or less read that. I think the one that just scares me is when we upload it, if it works at all or not. But it should. Alright. Alright. It should. If not, why don't we just try zooming in? Oof. Then we have to go back to scrolling. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're supposed to stay at this because this was the height and everything I determined. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying earlier, this site is riddled with those classic ads where it's like singles in your area or whatever. I'll try my very best to close them all down before we see anything or any of that stuff shows up. I will try my very best for you guys, but like obviously I can't control everything. Why don't we just zoom in? Why don't we just zoom in and see how it works out? Let's just do that. Because I can tell, like, these earlier books are going to get really difficult with the font size they use. So this should be fine. Yeah, this looks good. Alrighty. There we go. So yeah, this is just kind of like a recap page of what happens in Amazing 15 or Amazing Fantasy 15. Um I'm trying to make eating noises for you freaks that like hearing that stuff can get your rocks off to it. Okay. Who else is kind of hyped for WandaVision? The day I'm streaming this, like the day that this is live, um, the day that this will be uploaded after or whatever. No, the day after this that this will be uploaded. Today's the 4th. That's what I'm trying to say. Today's the 4th, means we have to wait 11 more days until we get WandaVision on Disney Plus. And I'm kind of excited because it's WandaVision. It's also the first of the Disney Plus Marvel shows that we're going to be getting. So it'll give you a good like general census of what the quality and the scale of those shows are going to look like. Which like even if it was low budget like the Netflix shows were, I was still going to love it because it was just it's officially in the MCU. But the fact that like you can watch the trailer to WandaVision and be like, you can't tell the difference between that and like an MCU movie, just goes to show like they're bringing their A game and they're keeping the quality like in check, you know. Whether it's good or not, we'll see. But I'm fairly certain it's going to be a very very good show. It's very trippy. It's very Truman Show esque, and I was explaining that to my brother because he hadn't seen any of the marketing for it or whatever. So we sat down and we watched the second official trailer, the fuller one or whatever, with is it Daytime Believer? Yeah, it's Daytime Believer or whatever is the song in the trailer. But yeah, we sat down, we watched that trailer, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I know who's behind it all. But Mike was like, oh wow, this is kind of dope. And then he was even more stoked to find out like, oh wow, it's a show, not a movie. But he couldn't tell that difference, which is what I'm saying. Like that's how impressive it is. So in theory, by continuing to do this format in the future or whatever, oh, excuse me, we will eventually be able to get to like bigger like stories. So like original Secret Wars and Infinity War and like old school classic stories like that. that were big fucking deals, like big scale events. We'll be able to get to those, and that'll be fun. I think I'm excited to see that because kind of like what the 2015 Secret Wars event was like, Secret Wars 2, even though it's not technically Secret Wars 2. We'll talk about that some other fucking time. Um, but kind of like how in the 2015 Secret Wars, it shows off like big deal stuff about pretty much every Marvel character. Like every Marvel character in Secret Wars 2015 has a moment where it's like, yeah, they could do this, and you never really thought about it like that, did you? Um, Original Secret Wars did that. So there's a part in Original Secret Wars that like um like regular readers of comics will be able to just like gla- glaze right through it, or you know, or whatever the fuck how that saying goes, or whatever. There's a part in Original Secret Wars where Spider-Man using just his spider sense, no, not just his spider sense or whatever. That's how he beats Mysterio. But there's a part in Original Secret Wars basically where Spider-Man fights the entire X-Men team or whatever. Because the back in the day, the letters pages, I don't know if I ever showed you that, but in old school Marvel comics, there's a whole section or whatever towards the very end, kind of like where the credits page and stuff would be, like who illustrated, and well, that's also on the front, but there's also a page in the back that does that stuff, right? And you'd see this page called the letters page where fans would send in like fan mail or whatever to Marvel, and then Marvel editors and writers would respond to it on this letters page or whatever to respond to questions. And the letters pages usually were always filled up with like things like, oh, in a fight between Spider-Man and Colossus or whatever the fuck, like who would win, you know, or that kind of stuff. And Original Secret Wars basically like answered a billion people's questions from the letter pages just by being a story, you know. So there's this moment where Spider-Man fights the entire X-Men team and it answers all those questions ever. It's such a boss move, but like all those ever questions where it's like, oh, like a fight between Wolverine and Spider-Man, like who'd win, or you know, whoever, Spider-Man and insert X-Men member here, like who'd win. It just answers that in like this 3-page section or whatever where it's a fight between Spider-Man and the X-Men. And while that might like to people who know, like that makes sense, but to people who are like new readers or things like that, it's it's not easily a thing that's understandable about like why he could do that. Oops, excuse me, I skipped a page. Because here's the shtick. Spider-Man's spider sense. I forget what else. There's another book where this happens or whatever, basically, and they explain it in that way better. But Spider-Man's spider sense basically puts him on par to like I was gonna say Galactus level powerful, but like not meant to be like he could destroy worlds with spider sense. It's meant to be like in combat, like he's just as powerful as like anybody, if not even more so. Because if Peter Parker allowed himself to submit completely to his spider sense, instead of like focusing on his other senses like his sight and his sense of smell and his sense of touch and you know and sense of hearing and things like that, if you focused on entirely just going all out like spider sense mode, Peter Parker could like not necessarily beat everybody in a fight, but he could dodge them out and eventually win. On top of that, he has his like super strength and his other stuff. But Secret Wars answered that big question that everyone always wondered, like how wild is Peter Parker's spider sense? And it shows that as this like small moment, but it's such big and it's huge in value because it answers that question of how ridiculously OP spider sense can be. Introduction to J. Jonah Jameson. Oh, net. I don't know. I was gonna call it Cool Shot, but that's not what it's fucking called. That I drank for the first time in a while on New Year's Day, so that would have been 3 days ago. On the first, we went down to see old family and just hang out and chill or whatever. And then I drank quite a bit. Um, I, I had a lot. I hadn't drank in a while, so my tolerance was pretty not low, but like fuck, I forget how Ted Nivison. Shout out to Ted Nivison, cool fucking dude. Um, you know, Ted Nivison said it, but he explains it like with the skyscraper mentality or whatever. So like you start on level 1 and then there's the penthouse level or whatever if you're like your tolerance is that high. I was at like level 2 or whatever. I'll be decent to myself. I'll say I was at level 2. Um but it definitely hit me pretty fast. To the point where it was like my girlfriend Becca handed was helping my family out and handing dishes and stacking them up, and me and my brother offered to take the dishes out or whatever. And I made that offer not knowing how tipsy I was, but then I immediately stood up and went, not falling, but like I felt like I was falling. But I managed to do it. I lifted up that stack of dishes and utensils and forks. Because forks aren't a utensil. A fucking idiot. But I lifted it all up and carried it to the sink, and then I went and sat on a couch in front of a fireplace, and then wasn't tipsy anymore. I was only really tipsy for about like an hour. That's the thing. Alcohol does not last on me. I have yet to be hungover, and I have yet to green out with the married iguana. Call him the chameleon. I guess we're at the end of this issue. That's the thing. Like this is going by way fast, way faster than if we were doing it by paper. And I can do stuff with my hands. This brings up something that I kind of not necessarily hate about the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. There's literally nothing like I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's just so like into it, and I'm not dissing Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm dissing the way that he's kind of written right at this moment or whatever. Far From Home, like my favorite Spider-Man movie, low key, other than Into the Spider-Verse. Um, but yeah, it's not even it's just the fact like it was the only way they could write him in or whatever. It's so Peter Parker in the MCU is written as this guy who was always like a big fan of like Iron Man and shit like that. Or like the Avengers. Like the Avengers are the big thing for Peter Parker. Um they're not supposed to they're not supposed to be. The Avengers are a big deal, of course. But the people that are supposed to be like big deals to Peter Parker are the Fantastic Four. And unfortunately, Marvel just didn't have the rights to the Fantastic Four in the MCU yet. for them to do that. I think we're going to get that, and I'm so hype for the Fantastic Four movie that's going to be directed by John Watts, who's the guy who directed Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, and he's going to be working on the third one. We got to talk about the third one. We got to talk about all that crazy shit that I think is going to be in that movie. Oh my god, the third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, fucking off the chain. But yeah, they're getting John Watts to direct the Fantastic Four movie. We haven't got any counts. We haven't got any cast announced for it. We don't know if John Krasinski and Emily Blunt will be, playing their dream roles that everybody wants them to be. But just the fact like John Watts is the one who's doing the Fantastic Four movie is pretty cool. I think he has a understanding of like how to appreciate the material and how to adapt it properly and stuff like that. Like I said, I love Far From Home, and Homecoming is a pretty solid movie too. So I have full confidence that he's gonna make the new Fantastic Four, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do though. I know fairly well, like I have a very good theory on who the villain is gonna be and all that stuff. I'm just curious to see like how far they'll go with it, or if they'll even like what I predict happen will even be what they go for. Because the way I see it right now is everything MCU, including the Disney Plus shows and like all the movies that are coming out soon, and what those things are starting to entail. There's becoming a very noticeably consistent theme, and the theme is like the multiverse. The multiverse is becoming a very big deal since Endgame, and it's kind of because of Endgame, because Endgame explained its time travel as it's not they're jumping through time, it's more like they're jumping from one what if universe to another what if universe to another what if universe. So after Endgame, and they titled it as the time heist or whatever, but it's not really time that they're leaping through, it's other realities and things, and they're changing and taking and stuff like that, whatever. So after the time heist, it sort of created this like it slinked this idea into audiences members about the whole like, oh, there's a universe where this happened, and stuff like that. They've slowly slinked that in, and it's becoming more solid with the Disney Plus shows and the new movies coming out. Not Black Widow, not movies that are very like straight up about like being very grounded and things like that. As grounded as they could be, at least. But what I mean is like with movies like Doctor Strange 2 is literally called the Multiverse of Madness or whatever. You've got the WandaVision show, which I thought it was going to take place in like a House of M kind of scenario where she made a whole reality, but it's clearly not. It's clearly not meant to be a entirely House of M like page to screen adaptation. It's still got its hints and cues from it, but it's not meant to straight up be that. But you've got, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and then you've got the Loki show, which we're gonna have to talk all about the Loki show sometime. Fuck. You got the Loki show, which is all about the Loki that got away in the middle of that time heist from Endgame. The one who stole the cosmic cube or the space stone, and got away or whatever, and escaped. But now he's hopping from timeline to timeline to timeline, or reality to reality to reality, all across the multiverse, and doing different Loki things or whatever. And then you've got Spider-Man 3, which is, as every day goes by in this new year, is more and more sounding like it's going to be a movie about Spider-Verse. I don't think it's going to be about Spider-Verse, just to spoil whenever we talk about that. I don't think it's going to be about Spider-Verse. But more and more as every day passes, it's sounding like it's going to be about Spider-Verse. again, all these all these Marvel movies and shows and things like that are slowly easing like average audiences to the idea of the multiverse being a big deal. And I think it's going to be, because what I think is going to happen is we're going to the next like big event that these see, that's the thing. I don't know how many phases of Marvel, because right now we're on phase 4 and it hasn't even really started yet. We ended phase 3 with Endgame, and now we're waiting for everything else to come out and start phase 4. And then we've got the phase 5 announcements, which is where you're going to get like X-Men and Fantastic Four and, you know, stuff like that. The stuff that everyone's been waiting for Marvel to get their hands on is coming out in phase 5, because phase 4's mission is to make the transition for those things coming in through phase 5 easier for everybody to understand, even though it's going to be like, oh, they're just popping out of nowhere. It's phase 4's whole mission is to slowly ease people into understanding that, yeah, Fantastic Four do exist in the MCU, or yeah, the X-Men are part of the MCU, and here's why, or here's how. But again, phase 4's mission also is to subtly hint towards the multiverse being a big deal, because I think we're getting Secret Wars. I think the next big event, kind of like how the first 3 events, or the first 3 phases of Marvel movies, MCU ones, not all Marvel movies, but the first 3 phases of Marvel movies are meant to like all led up to Infinity War. That was the big event that, you know, drove everything. Every Marvel movie had some way to tie into Infinity War and then was resolved in Endgame. So the next clear thing is that there's going to be another big event, and it's probably going to be Secret Wars. And that just makes sense. You know, you're getting your Fantastic Four, you're getting Doctor Doom, you're getting X-Men, you're getting, you know, getting all these big league characters finally coming together. Why wouldn't you do Secret Wars? Because Secret Wars is just super iconic, and there's a ton of different ways you could do Secret Wars. I most likely think it's going to be like an adaptation of 2015 Secret Wars. I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen, again, because the multiverse is the big thing that's happening right now, and or that's getting led up to, and that leads me to believe that the villain, or like the main focus of the Fantastic Four movie, isn't going to be just the Fantastic Four necessarily. Your villain is going to end up being someone like Molecule Man, or the villain might even be Franklin Richards. God, Franklin Richards. We got to talk about Franklin Richards sometime. Or how we got to just have a stream where we try and predict what the Fantastic Four movie is going to be about, cuz like I said, it's going to be like off the chain. It's going to be fucking nuts, man. Just to know like what they're doing story-wise even. But I'm fairly certain. Hang on 1 second, I got to drink. I'm fairly certain that the villain of the movie is going to be Molecule Man, Owen Reese. Because a big part of the 2015 Secret Wars, and the part of the original Secret Wars, a big thing about original Secret Wars, was Molecule Man Owen Reese. In original Secret Wars, it was about like how big of a threat Molecule Man actually was. Because at the time, Molecule Man was just kind of this dude that got wrote off every time anybody wrote a Fantastic Four story. It was like, like, you know, Molecule Man's kind of like, he's just a guy. He's just a gimmick guy, and he's not that big of a deal. But he actually is. He's a super big deal. And you end up finding out in OG Secret Wars, in a conversation him and Doctor Doom have, that because of Molecule Man's like mental barriers and like these personal boundaries that he puts on himself, so like his low self-esteem and all this other stuff, his lack of confidence in himself, it limits his ability to manipulate things on the molecular level. Molecule Man. Jesus, I'm gonna end up ruining my throat by talking so much. Oop, there we go. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Um, so you end up finding out that Molecule Man is this just beast of a character, like broken, like super OP. And it's because of the mental barriers he has on himself that he's limited. So Doctor Doom literally just like they're gone. Like you can do anything you want now and you're super confident or whatever. He doesn't actually get super confident until he gets laid. This is why I'm excited to cover original Secret Wars, because there's very not subtle moments in it, like that. Like what happens is him and his new like gal pal or whatever, they go off in the sunset and they're never seen for a while. Uh, not until way later. And it's like he's super confident all of a sudden. Yeah, we know what happened. uh Gosh. Anyway, yeah. So in OG Secret Wars, Owen Reese was a big deal. Molecule Man, Owen Reese. I'll call him by both names most of the time because that's just how he is. And then in 2015 Secret Wars, you end up finding out that for every other universe, for every other reality in the multiverse, um, there is a Molecule Man. There's an Owen Reese, and his origin story is the exact same in every single one of them. Because you find out that the big starting villains of the Secret Wars event, in 2015, are a race of aliens called the Beyonders. And when the Beyonders, who are basically they're basically gods, right? When they were creating reality, like the web of the multiverse or whatever, as the Spider-Verse story called it, when they were creating like all the different alternate realities and alternate worlds and things like that, they decided that as like a safe gate. If they ever got bored with anything, they'd include like a detonation switch so that everything would kind of explode. And when one world exploded, it would cause this butterfly effect where it would hit the planet next to it and the next to it and the next to it and the next to it, and it would just all kind of self-destruct. And the bomb that they put on every single reality was Molecule Man, Owen Reese. And that's why he's got the same origin story in every single world, because it's key to making him so OP, and it's key to also making him like unexpected. Because again, like I said, Molecule Man is not this big character that everybody knows about. Not like if you ask anybody off the street, like doesn't read comics, just watches Marvel movies or whatever, who Molecule Man is, they'll have no clue. They'll have no clue how super important that guy is to like everything. So I think I'm pretty sure, because of the way like the multiverse is becoming a bigger theme or whatever, and what I feel like we're gonna lead towards is a Secret Wars event being the next Infinity War. So like the next big event that we lead towards is going to be Secret Wars. Doesn't matter which version you're adapting, Molecule Man is still a super important character to either of those events. And that's why I think Fantastic Four movie's villain is going to be Molecule Man. I don't think it's going to be Doctor Doom. I think you're going to see Doctor Doom, but like not see him. I think your after credits scene is going to be him and Reed talking about something. But I don't think Doctor Doom is going to be this guy that you see in the movie. He's just going to be kind of there, because everybody kind of understands the idea of Doctor Doom. Everybody already understands him. You don't need to see him as the villain in the movie. Same with Galactus and Silver Surfer. Galactus is fairly common knowledge now, I'll argue. Some people will argue that he's not, but I'm fairly certain everybody understands at least the concept of Galactus. He's a big giant dude and he eats planets. It's not the exact truth about him, but it's the basic idea of him. And I think everybody understands that by now. Ah, here we go. Personal message from Spider-Man, guys. Enjoy that. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be Doctor Doom. I for sure know it's not going to be Galactus or Silver Surfer, because there's not enough build up with other characters towards him. You guys saw that when we read The Coming of Galactus issue 1. There's some big characters that aren't even Galactus and the Silver Surfer that have to have build up towards them in order for that story to be like making sense. You know, like in order for it to make sense or whatever, in order to have that gravitas that that story demands. So yeah, I'm pretty, you know, there you go. That's my 2 cents on it. Yeah, but yeah. Um Uber Soldier. Ooh. Do we have another page after this? Okay. This is what the hell is this? What is this? This does not look anything like. Oh my dear God. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, this is issue -1. We don't want that. There we go. Issue. This is issue 2. Here we go. Oh, oh shit. Oh shit, son. It's the vulture. Oh my dear God, we've got an ad. Guys, look at this ad. Look at this ad we've got. Skip ad. Boom. Done. Not there anymore. This is technically issue 3 and 4, but it's really book 2 because every Spider-Man book had to include 2 stories in it. At least early on it did. Oh, take a little bit of a break because my throat feels kind of sore. Allows me to answer some Snapchats like my boss, friends, that duck face. Fucking hilarious that there's people out there who unironically use it. But I just do it to look like a jackass. There's a difference. Oh man, oh man. There's a movie called We Can Be Heroes, and I don't know if y'all know about this, but this movie is a sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I've been meaning to watch it because Shark Boy and Lava Girl, although I didn't grow up with it, I know the meme. I know the memes. I've been meaning to watch it, and I guess it's pretty good. I guess it's classic like Spy Kids, so it's like shitty CGI and it's just stupid fun. But like, I've been meaning to watch it. Sounds cool. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Time for chips. Oh, this is a big one. Big fucking chip, bro. Folded in half. Up on the camera. Fuck it. I gotta say, eating these, it sometimes feels like I'm eating glass. Because they're so like, I don't know how to properly say it. They're so tough. There you go, you fucking freaks. You ASMR fuckheads. Enjoy hearing people eat. Go eat yourself. Kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down, bruv. I shouldn't say that because I'm there. Isn't it? Bruv? Bruv a slur or is it like a dude? Look it up on my phone, not on the thing. So cool, bruv. People say that. I just thought, like, dude, bruv, brother, mate, friend. Yeah, cool. So I can say bruv. It's a little offensive because I'm not, I'm not entirely British, but you know. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let's start reading. Let's start. What the fuck is that? My brother Michael will say that. What the fuck is this? My girlfriend sent him a, like, she was babysitting or whatever, and my nephew's name is Ralph, and it was Ralph, and he's showing Aunt Auntie B this like outfit that he was wearing. So she sent it to her story, but then sent it to Michael as well or whatever, just to like show like she, you know, she's babysitting or whatever. Cause he was sending her memes. Me and him were picking on her, and I was like, no, you gotta send her the Sonic Underground meme. Um, or it was something. It was a meme or whatever, and we were just picking the shit out of her. So she just, you know, kindly, like, you know, calmly responded with like, I'm babysitting, like, fuck off, leave me alone, kind of thing. And and Michael responded with, what the fuck is this? It's like, it's a baby, dude. Yeah, he did. He just went, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. I'd like it if my arrow keys would work. Thank you. Bap, bap. There we go, finally. All right. Vulture. First real. Well, not really. Chameleon was Spider Man's very first supervillain that he fought, but like, it's debatable. It's whatever. Because I know that there's an interview that they were doing around the time that they were making Spider Man Homecoming, and they were like explaining like why they picked Vulture as a villain. Um, they were like, yeah, like Vulture was Spider Man's very first like supervillain, like real supervillain. But like, you know, like Chameleon, come on. You're gonna do Chameleon dirty like that? Chameleon can be really awesome, uh, if he's written properly. Chameleon can be a really cool guy if he's used properly. The best use of Chameleon ever, like a lot of things, I will die saying it. Like a lot of things, Spider-Man, the best thing to ever use those characters was Spectacular Spider-Man, the show. Um, it just, you know, he just, that just was, it's a fact. You know, you can you can argue it all you want. You can say like, oh, the '90s cartoon kind of used him cool. Like, yeah, that's just it. Kind of used him cool. Um, Spectacular Spider-Man did use him cool. It was so awesome, dude. The reveal at the end when, what's the final episode because the show got canceled. But in the final episode, the reveal of Norman Osborn never being Norman Osborn, it was Chameleon the whole time or whatever. While Norman Osborn was busy being Green Goblin. That's nuts. Like that's how you use Chameleon. Um, and Chameleon in earlier episodes was used as like a guy who worked with Tinkerer and stuff. Like he worked with Mysterio before Mysterio started being Mysterio. It was awesome. Spectacular Spider-Man was just super dope. It just was. And you know, hopefully we get that season 3. Hopefully we get that season 3. Hopefully we get Scorpion. Hopefully we get Hobgoblin cuz those dudes are super fucking cool. And they'd be super cool in Spectacular Spider-Man. So I remember there's this show that Marvel used to do. I don't know if they do it anymore. It's the show they did on their official YouTube channel called Marvel TLDR, and the guy Noah Sterling. I love his art. He's like genuinely like a good artist. I don't know if he did this episode that I'm about to reference, but they did the first time Spider-Man fought the Vulture, which is this issue of the comic book, right? And they they make fun of this fact that for whatever reason, before committing a crime, Vulture decided to throw like letters, give letters to the police and stuff about how he was going to do the crime before he did the crime. And they make fun of that in the TLDR show, and well, yeah, it genuinely is a thing. As you can see, he threw a rock wrapped in his threat. He was gonna steal the diamond shipment right under their noses. Wow. Oh man, oh man. What a guy. I, How's everybody holding up? I meant to ask that earlier. I meant to say that. I was supposed to talk about how my day went and stuff, but and ask you about how your day went, but I forgot to, and I'm sorry about that. Um, yeah, how is everybody's day going? Hopefully everybody's day going good. I had a pretty good day. I had a lot of fun today. I was like I said earlier, I was working on a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. I was writing future episodes, you know, because for a while I had been out of my jam. I'd been kind of, I hadn't necessarily hit writer's block, but like I'd hit this block in my motivation to write because I'd just been so caught up in like working and social life and doing the art like frame by frame, doing the frames for the show that I just it became difficult to motivate myself to write again. Um, which I hate when that happens. I hate having that happen to me, but it does happen. And no, today like it recently, not just today, but like no, I got back in the swing of it. Today I was busting out, a few episodes. I hate putting the number. Got through like 3 episodes or whatever. I finished writing today. It was fun. Um, I ate good. Had a really solid day. Um, got to call my girlfriend. Like it was super cool. And I know this is probably not everywhere, but it was kind of announced. It was kind of announced today. It was announced more like last week or whatever, but it's still kind of getting announced today that there's certain restrictions being pulled back in my area for like COVID stuff. So like I live in a place that's referred to as the Valley, and then my friends live in a place called the City. It's Halifax or whatever. Um, but restrictions are getting lifted, which means that like eventually I'll go get to hang out with them again. I'll get to see people that I like seeing. It's really cool. Um, and I feel really bad for people around the world who are still missing like family members or friends or friends that are family members around the world. Like they just they're not still not being able to see them. There's still restrictions and things like that because of the big virus. Um, and I feel really bad about that. And hopefully everybody's getting through this okay. we're all gonna get through this together. You know, we just gotta remember that everybody's fighting their own battles. We gotta understand each other. We gotta, we gotta be more understanding of each other and just have each other's backs and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna get through this, man. We're gonna get through this. Moving to I guess a lighter topic. Um, Wonder Woman 1984. Anybody watch it? We got to rent it off of Amazon. We rented it off of Amazon. We could have streamed it illegally, and it was working. It was just it had to buffer a lot, and eventually we were like, nope, let's just pay the $30 off of Amazon, and get that in, instead of doing HBO, which we're thinking about getting just because of all the DC stuff that's starting to come out over. But like, I don't know. There's still ways. There's still ways to watch that stuff buying into HBO. So we'll see. Um, Anyway, yeah, we watched one would what we what the we watched One Woman 1984 the other day, and it was okay. My problem with it was that I expected it to be this like big deal. It was like the one thing I was hyped about. That COVID couldn't ruin for me. And then our theater shut down a week before we would have had it in our theater. So like I couldn't see it in theater. But as long as I could watch that movie, like I was like, we're okay. And it wasn't that great. It was still pretty good, don't get me wrong. Um I forget the exact time. I'm gonna say 5 minutes in or whatever, but I don't know. It's right after the opening scene, and we're in 1984. Like that opening scene where it's her like running around saving like people from falling off of the side of a bridge, or. And then there's the mall fight. I immediately turned to my family, who were the ones that I was watching the movie with, and I said, "Yep, there's something there's something I don't like about the movie already." Um, the tone. If you were a big fan of the first movie, you're gonna like the opening scene and then nothing else. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's such a jarring shift in tone. It it goes for that like, because I think Patty Jenkins said it in an interview or whatever. I read somewhere that somebody said that Patty Jenkins said the whole motif they were going for in the movie was the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, like the very early like 70s and 60s Superman movies. Where things are just lighthearted and kind of goofy and stuff like that, and and the tone is very soft and stuff like that. Um but it is so obvious that it's shoehorned in. I don't know the full story. I don't know what happened, you know, behind the camera, in the studio, in the room where they wrote the script or whatever. But it is very clear that like someone interfered with somebody else's vision, because the opening scene more or less is in tune with that original movie's tone, the very first movie, which is one of my favorite superhero movies ever. I know it's got its problems. I know it's basically just the first Captain America movie, but a different World War. I don't care. It's still a really good movie, and yeah, I don't know. I just like it. Um, but you go into Wonder Woman 1984, and first scene is still in tone with that. It's still like a scene from the first Wonder Woman movie. It feels like that. And then the movie shifts tone completely and it throws you off and you're like, and yeah, I just, it was not it was not my thing. Um as the movie went on, it got better. There was cool stuff happening. The invisible jet, oh spoiler. Um yeah, this whole thing is going to be spoiler talk. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It was I'm gonna rate it a 5 out of 10. Like it entertained me. I never felt bored by it. It did what a movie's supposed to do. It made me like it every second I was there. Doesn't mean I liked it as much as I should have. Um, yeah. So 5 out of 10. Now we're gonna talk about spoilers, dude. As stupid as it is when it happens in the movie, the invisible jet, top notch, fucking awesome. That's how you that's how you do that. That's how you do that Easter egg, more or less. Because it's not that it's the invisible jet, it's just an invisible jet. Because it would be, well, I don't know, because this one is apparently super goofy and fucking silly and over the top. But it would be silly for the this version of the DC universe for Wonder Woman to have a jet because she can fly and just jump really high like she already was able to. Um Either way, the her making the jet invisible and it being the invisible jet was fucking cool. In IMAX, I feel like scene would have been so fucking awesome. The part where they're like flying through the fireworks and shit like that, it's so cool. And I don't know. There's a part in the movie where they try and make it like a super big deal. It's the first time she's learning to fly. And it then turns into like a part where she's like swinging on lightning bolts using the lasso of truth, which in the trailer was kind of like what hyped me for the movie. Like there was other cool shit happening in the trailer, but that like was so fucking badass. And you go into the movie and it's not really like that big of a deal because of the music they put to it. They try and play it off as this big fucking deal, like, oh, like Wonder Woman's learning to fly and she's swinging off of lightning bolts using the lasso of truth. And it just doesn't feel like that big of a deal. Again, just because I think tonally, like tone wise, the movie is just so numb to what it's trying to accomplish. Um on top of that, you don't really get a lot of Wonder Woman in the movie. I felt like as much as it's a Wonder Woman movie, you get more time with your two villains of the movie. So you get more time with Max Lord and Cheetah, or the girl who goes on to be Cheetah, Barbara. You get more time with them, like screen time wise. I even feel like I know there used to be these videos or whatever where like a Godzilla movie, the reboot ones, so like King of the Monsters would come out, and it's like, oh, how much time actually has Godzilla on screen? And it's only like 7 minutes or whatever, or at least that was for the 2014 Godzilla movie. I don't know. I haven't seen the King of the Monsters one. Everybody seemed to like that movie. I don't think they needed to make that counter. Um, but yeah, there were these big jokes or whatever going around where it's like, oh yeah, like Godzilla's only in the Godzilla movie for 7 minutes. Someone needs to do that for the Wonder Woman 1984 movie because I am genuinely curious how much actual like screen time is given to Wonder Woman, who is the title character of your movie, and you made me walk out of it going, it should have been a Cheetah movie because of the amount of time we spent with Cheetah. Or it should have been a Max Lord movie because of the amount of time that we were given to hang out with Max Lord and understand his motivations and stuff. Like, fucking what? I came for Wonder Woman. I got Pedro Pascal and Cheetah. I don't know. It was still fine. Like You watch it, and if you don't like it, turn it off. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you'll like it. Like, yeah. Oh shit, it's the Tinkerer. Oh damn. Oh shit, boy, Tinkerer. But it made me. It doesn't make me scared for the other DC movies because I think Snyder's Justice League is going to be a interesting set of events. I'm curious to see how people respond to that. Because now we have a problem basically. As great as it is that we're getting the Snyder cut for Justice League, it's it's going to it's going to shift the way we think about that the DCEU, the movies, the cinematic universe where movies like Shazam, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, where those Suicide Squad and then the Suicide Squad all take place. It's going to the Snyder cut is going to like upset that no matter what people think of it because it's it's different from original Justice League according to what we've been told. Um so different that it might like mean like, oh, more people like that. Let's make that one the official Justice League, which then changes timeline stuff. Like, you know, um undeniably like that means like something's going to be different because there's so much new shit in the Snyder cut version, oh, excuse me, of Justice League. Which means like what does that mean for the Shazam movies? What does that mean for the Suicide Squad? What does that mean for Wonder Woman movies? What does that mean for the new series of Ben Affleck Batman movies that they're finally starting to make? Which is fucking retarded. I heard that news and I got so pissed off. It doesn't affect Robert Pattinson's Batman movie because Robert Pattinson is meant to be set in its own film universe. As confusing as it's going to be, like that's the blunt truth of it. It's set in its own universe with its own versions of all those characters. You can see that. There's like a set photo or whatever where like this one dude and this one chick is dressed as Superman and Wonder Woman, but they're like the 60s versions of those characters. So it's like the Christopher Reeve Superman suit with the yellow S on the cape, which I've always loved that about costume. But and then the Wonder Woman outfit is like the blue underwear with white stars on it. Um which suggests like those people like exist in that universe, which is so cool. I just love that movie and it's not even come out yet because it's doing what the animated series shows did. So like Batman the animated series, it just it's not like so in your face about world building. It's just like subtle hints. And then if you want to find out about that stuff, you go and do this for that. Or if you want to, learn about if what happened with this event, you go and read about it or um and that's looking like what the Robert Pattinson Batman movies are going to be doing and it's so cool. That's such a cool thing. Bruh. This alien dead ass. It's a slave. We're gonna get to the end of this issue. Then we're gonna do that coloring. Probably not gonna talk a lot. Apologize. Sometimes that's how I get in my. Sweet Caroline. Bah, bah, bah. No effect. That's how you summon Caucasian people. You know, in Minecraft, you can like place however many doors, and that summons villagers. Well, if you ever want to summon Caucasian people, Sweet Caroline, bah, 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 and then like a flock of them any minute now. Ooh. All right. Oh, dope. Okay, we're on Doc Ock next. Cool. All right. Draw next. I'm not gonna draw it. Well, like, drawing, but coloring. We're coloring something that I did draw early. So yeah, if you ever wanted to know how I art style for Spider-Man, here you go. um, we're gonna just adjust some things so I can actually draw on it. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, excuse me. Right. So I use a program called Clip Studio Paint. Oh, excuse me. Paid for it. I think the EX is Expo. I don't remember. Whatever version of Clip Studio Paint this is, for those of you who know what Clip Studio Paint is. Up here we've got just some basic stuff. This is like my color wheel. That way I can help myself when I do coloring. Because believe it or not, I'm color. And I use this wheel as reference for whenever I color anything. And going around to ask like, hey, great shade of red or whatever. So I'll use this color wheel, just get some stuff. And then I forget the artist's name, but I love this thing so much. It helps me so friggin' much. This is a skin tones wheel. Well, not wheel, it's chart. Um, I like this thing has saved my life so many times. This is a thing that I won't show right now. A little something for a show I'm working on. Won't tell you what though. But yeah, let's get to this. Okay, and glove. Go. We're just gonna. I use the. So I use like just like a pen tool to do my line art. So the thick lines that you're seeing right now, or the black lines to outline a character. I use like just a normal pen tool for that. And then I wanted the art in Stupendous Anything be like it was, well, in Stupendous Spider-Man specific, to look like it was like being done in a sketchbook. I think I've already explained that before. I won't say whose sketchbook, but you know, it. I always wanted it to feel like that because I don't know about you guys, but Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, some of the coolest parts in those movies to me are the end credits, like not the credits, like the black screen with white text or whatever on it. Credits, the credits where it's like it's stop motion and it's like stuff from their yearbook or like photos of their class trip and stuff like that. That shit is so cool to me. So I wanted to make a show where it was like nothing but that kind of like homage to that style, while also being just like sort of meta to myself, because when I started writing Stupendous Spider-Man, it was just out of my sketchbook. I was using the paper from my sketchbook to write notes and ideas and stuff for like episodes and things like that, and like my versions of different characters and stuff like that. Um, and one of the very first ones that I did actually was for Captain Marvel. So it's it's a bit of a coincidence that I ended up doing them on this day where I was doing this as a stream. One of these days we're actually gonna do a drawing. I wanna get to a point where it's like I have more people in chat to, give me suggestions on what to draw. I love the way I drew her hair. And I like his mohawk. That's the first time I've ever drawn a mohawk or whatever. And even though it's like, it's kind of cheated. Oh, is the face cam frozen? Hold up. Okay, this is fine. Face cam's frozen, guys. What the heck? No. Good golly. Methinks it is. Shucks. Oh dear. Dear, what do we do? Oh. Oh no. Oh, it's frozen because it's acting like it's unplugged. Why? Why, dog? Why? Oh, well, there's nothing really I can do about this. Try that. I'd like it to work. I'd like it very much if it that. Sucks. Oh no. I knew things were going to. Is my like you this is still fine? Yeah. Well, that just because the only way I could fix the face cam right now is by ending the stream and then starting it back up. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I don't like doing that. Shit. I'm very sorry, guys. We're just gonna do the rest of the stream like this. Now if I move, if I take play off, then you still got that black chunk there. So like I can't green. That's just how the setup is. Very sorry, guys. This is gonna be like this. We'll probably end it shorter, but anyway. Anyway, yeah, I know I kind of cheated with his mohawk because it's got the helmet or whatever to force it out, but that's the first time I ever did like a tuft of hair, and I think I did a pretty good job at that. Like, look at that, look at that. Okie dokie. Okay, so I've got the red on her, and now let's red on his. This is Marvel. This is Captain Marvel, and then there's Captain Marvel. So this is Carol Danvers, and this is Marvel. I wanted to make their suits kind of the same, but like, I got really tired of seeing the whole thing where, I don't know how else to explain it, but like, where people give Carol Danvers the mohawk, the mohawk gets really old after a while, I think, and I wanted to make Marvel stand out too. I want Marvel to be like have his own kind of signature to it. So I gave him the mohawk because we'd never really seen that before. We've never really seen Marvel with like that kind of helmet. Oh, I hate how I drew that nose, but we're not gonna pay attention to that. Yeah, how I drew that nose. Ooh. And yeah, I wanted Marvel to have his own way of like standing out, like his own kind of iconic thing, because everyone associates the mohawk with Carol Danvers, and it's like, oh, that's so iconic, that's so cool. Oh, it's so badass and fucking whatever. Oh, this is a bad habit I have. When doing the stupendous style, sometimes I'll color outside the lines like that, like you right here, and I need to constantly remind myself like it's okay to do that because that's the style. It's meant to be like messy and shit like that. Um, which is why sometimes like I leave in like missed areas like this one right here that I just like this spot right here. This spot right here. I'll leave those in just because it matches the style or whatever, you know. It's not laziness because I legit could just go over that again. And I have on so many occasions, and I've beat myself in the head for it because it's like, why? You established that the art style is like this, but then it's super crisp in other things. The teaser trailer killed me. It killed me doing that because for a lot of that teaser, like I made it look way too crisp. I colored it in way too crisply. And I was too afraid of like leaving mistakes when I should have been more like embracing them because the show has them like everywhere and they're on purpose. Because again, the whole style is meant to be like sketchy, like it's rough sketchbook kind of shit. This though is a bit much. I'll remove that. Oh yeah, bro. I don't know why. Why, Jesse? Why do you do these things? Here we go. Oh yes, 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 yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give it to me. Give it to me good, baby. Okay. Boom. So now we just bam. There we go. That should be all of the red for his outfit. Yeah. Cool. Oh, excuse me. All right, there's the red. Now we do this thick ass shade of like bluish. I don't fucking know. It's a dark blue. I don't know what else you want me to say. Um. Ooh, shit. We're gonna have to do this in like 2 layers. So we'll do this one where it's on top of his red, but then we gotta do another layer of blue, which is under her red. I'll explain it later when we go over it. There we go. Yeah. Oh, boom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What up? Okay. Boom. Go. And I think that's what it's called. Boop, 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 boop. You guys should let me know in the comments when this comes out. If you enjoyed this part of the stream at all. If you enjoyed seeing me color it in, or if you want to see me draw. Like I'm pretty shit at it, but well, I've explained my process before. I use a program that does like 3D models, and then I basically like convert those into a rough sketch outline of them, and then I go in and I do more detailed lining, and then you get this kind of shit, which looks more like crisp or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Um, and then yeah, I color it and done. Add any other filters that need to be added, as you're gonna see. Like with these two guys, there's a filter that I straight up want to see added, and by filter I just mean like a special tool used on it or whatever. So gotta go in and erase inside here because the thing that I want to add on, this shit would get in the way. There we go. Oop. And it, we did over way too much, but okay. Boom. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. He looks fucking dope. Sometimes I gotta give myself a pat on the back about that. He looks so fucking cool. Okay. Captain Marvel logo that I'm using? I got that. I don't know. You Google search like Captain Marvel logo transparent or whatever, and this thing showed up. And I tried to recreate it with a like my own font and stuff like that, and it just didn't look as good. And besides, it's not like I'm using it to fucking make money or whatever the shit. Or just I fucking downloaded it. I gave them their cookies, and I fucking put it in this thing. I don't know, man. And credit to whoever made it. I didn't write down your name, but it's dope as fuck, and I appreciate your effort. If it's really a big deal, like the whole DMCA shit that's going on Twitch, I'll make it myself. And it won't look as cool, but it will be mine, and you will have your own thing. That's fine. That's okay. This is like the first time I've done that, where I used someone else's logo for something. Because for the other characters, I kind of made my own. I'll show you. Like I did an X-Men character. I did Phoenix. Um, I had Phoenix, and like I made my own version of the X-Men logo, like the X or whatever. I'll show it sometime. Boys, don't beat you meat, but I am drawing over the boot right now. And done. Boobies complete. All right, you can beat your meat again. And boom. That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. She looks awesome. Oh man, oh man. I used to hate my art. I did some like cringy shit when I first started drawing. I've said it before, and I'm gonna have to take out my old sketchbook and show you guys like the stupid shit I used to draw. Um, I drew bad shit. Um, but then I hit this weird period where like my art was good, like it was getting better. It was not as good as I'd say it is right now. It wasn't this level of quality. I'm not saying I draw good. I'm pretty shit. But like um it was closer towards this level that I'm at right now. It was this weird spot where like the quality was good, but I wasn't drawing normal stuff. TBH. Might be TMI. I was drawing boobies. I was drawing boobies a lot. I was drawing boobies a lot. I find that like that's a common story that artists have. They started off drawing the human figure, and the female figure is I wouldn't necessarily say the easiest. Curves are difficult to master and figure out. Dude, they look so fucking cool. Oh my god. Anyway, but like that was my first like like time I like got good at drawing was when I was drawing boobies. When I was drawing boobies. And then it moved into butts, and I got really good at drawing butts, and it was scary. We're gonna have a stream where we just draw butts. There was a chunk of time where like I had this it might still be up. I don't know. I had this YouTube channel where I didn't talk. And the joke was like I'd use kind of like how everybody in like 2007 or whatever had like Notepad open and they typed on it to speak to their viewers. I did that. But I was doing videos where it was like, hey, I'm gonna draw like fucking like Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, but she's got a big ass. Like I don't know how else to explain it. I drew lewds. of different like video game characters and shit like that. Oh shit. I'm just realizing now cuz I couldn't tell, but yeah, her skin color is going into her hair. That's fine. We're just going to have to move layers around. I thought this is not it. Where's the beef? Fucking love Wendy's. This it? Alright. What is this? My paints. Okay, cool. Cool. Fuck. When you have to double check. Oh my god. Okay. And yeah, he doesn't have any like he has like no flesh showing. Okay. Boop 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 ba-doo. He has his fingers. We will go in and clean this shit. I gotta make it larger so that it's me. Because I can't see it. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, boom. Fine. Okay. Here's the real question. Do I give her lipstick? Not all of my female character designs use lipstick, but like some of them do. All of them at least have the how do you fucking explain it? Like the bump that a lower lip has, like the indication line that there's a lower lip on a character. That they have like goofy lip or like feminine lips. All of them have that, but like not all of them use lipstick. Except for Gwen. I never drew Gwen with a lip thingy, I don't think. I don't think. Dangerous. I don't think. Probably check that sometime. Huh? Why is this? Why isn't this? Oh fuck! Did I do his skin tone on the hair layer? This is gonna be F's in the chat if I did, guys. It's gonna be bad. This the hair layer. I drew his. I did not. What did I draw it on? Oh, I drew it on with the yellow. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, and now we have to go in with white. This is gonna be really difficult because white paper, and I won't be able to. Oh, just do this. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Gotta go in with the. Fine. Fix up the edge. Fuck. This size. Bam. Boom. Fixed it up, didn't we? Fucking nice. They look pretty dope, I gotta say. Yeah, they look pretty good. Like pretty good. Okay. I was double checking. See that Twitch was still working. Alright, let's the camera. Yeah, no, camera's still frozen. Fuck. Alright, well that's cool. That's okay. Alright, so now let's get rid of these. Ooh, and let's thing I want. So what I want to do is I want to give their eyes like a glowing effect, but with yellow. And I'm gonna be doing it with their fists too. It's gonna be like she does it in the movie. I forget how the fuck to explain it. It's not like astral projection. It's fucking damn, I don't know what it's called. But I want to do that with their eyes and shit. And then I want to put their hands in that. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to call it. But we're gonna do that. So what I would do. Why is it not? Okay, it's got to be above the line work. Okay, that's not horrible. Try this again. Let's do it above the line work to begin with. Okay. That's pretty shit. Let's try again. That's not as bad. Fuck, how does her... That's the thing. It's like... That? Like, that's not bad. Yeah, it's not horrible. I just don't think I'm liking how... I don't know. Maybe when we... Yeah, okay. I'll show you what I... Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks better. Hers is better. Maybe it just looks more natural. Fuck, I don't know. Alright, so we did that at brush size 60, so we're gonna go in at brush size 30, half of that, and we're gonna go white. Oh shit. This always makes it look better. That looks fucking cool. Over to him. Same thing basically. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks better, at least to me. At least to me with my color blindness. That looks fucking dope. Yeah. How does she... Oh, and when you zoom out, it looks like it's actually glowing. That's fucking dope. So cool. So cool. I'm awesome. All right. Now let's do the same thing, basically. So yellow. Boop. And let's see what we can do here for the hand particles. Like the energy blast kind of shit that their hands would have. Because if we really wanted to, like, here, let me see if I can find the right brush size. I'm using the spray can right now. Okay, if we really wanted to, we could be like, that, and and then add the white at half this size. So it was 250. So like 125. The closest I could do would be 120, and then just go in like that. I mean, does that even look good? Doesn't look horrible, just, it looks bad. That's bad. Just not do that. Okay. Maybe just don't give them that. Maybe just don't give them it. Leave them as is. They look fucking cool. Because I know she's usually like, I don't know. She's not always like glowing like that. Just her eyes that are like. I think the eyes thing is fine. If we just leave it at the eyes. Cool if we just leave it at the cat. Is it cool? You look awesome. Looks pretty fucking dope. Fucking dope. Pretty cool. I'm super proud of the way like her hair, the way I drew her hair. It's fucking cool. I think I could have done a little bit better on this side of her face, but it's whatever. Okay, well, like, fucking awesome. I don't know what else. I don't know what else I could add to it. I just could put their background. Try that. So let's go black. Oh, not horrible. Okay, let's go with a blue. Let's change it to like a light. Cool. Very bright. There we go. And let's maybe not that. What the fuck was that? Maybe giving him a background is a bad idea. Yeah. Fucking horrible, but I'm not big on it. I'm sure if we just add the stars thing, way better. Now we do this. Go with this. That. What? Fuck the background layer. They don't need it. They're fucking cool. They're cool. Have my get this shit done. Sign it. Done with it. What color do we want? Let's take the yellow. I don't do my signature in yellow a lot. Okay. Signature, I mean like my signature that I do when I do my drawing. Easy signature. Boom. There you go, chat. You helped me draw Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel. There you go. All right, let's just check the time. So if you end stream right now, it'll be 2 hours. Shit, man. Ew. Like, damn. Oh man, that hurts. Oh, that hurt bad. Fuck. I don't know. I guess that'll be it for the night. Just end it here. I don't see why not. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'd greet you with the face cam thing, but it's still bad. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. If you liked anything that you saw here tonight, or if you want to see more, or tune in for it, be sure to follow me on Twitch at, it's in the description of the YouTube video that this is uploaded at. And if you weren't able to make it live and needed more time to read through the comics that we were going over today, you can use the YouTube version of this broadcast or whatever, the upload of it, and just, pause and go by or whatever. Make sure you subscribe to Area 667. That way you're alerted every time that we do an upload or anything at all. Make sure you drop a like and leave any suggestions or anything that you want to see on Comic Corner in the comments. And yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. Later days.